Hey, welcome to this extra edition of the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. This is the PC highlights from today, April 19th. This is a Tuesday. Lane Kiffin, Jared Ivey, and Jordan Watkins got in front of the microphone and talked about that. We'll talk all about that. You'll hear from them. We'll give a commentary on what they said. I'll translate it for you, and it'll be exactly what you need to know. But this is the Locked On Ole Miss podcast.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome to this extra edition of the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. It's the PC highlights edition for April 19th. We got Lane Kiffin today. We got Jordan Watkins today. And we got Jared Ivey. I was unbelievably impressed listening to all of them talk. Lane Kiffin obviously didn't want to be there. I'll tell you the little thing, quarterback competition, surprise, surprise, is going to go into the fall. I mean, shocking, right? Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, we'll hear from them in just a second. When we come back, we'll give commentary of what's going on. Here they are, Lane Kiffin, Jared Ivey, and Jordan.
All right, so last week of work. Good full pad practice today. Have another practice Thursday and spring game Saturday. Still, we'll determine that format probably later in the week, like usual, just based off of our health and what we want to get done in that. So, same story. A lot of new pieces, a lot of injuries. So, really playing the guys that are out there, and those guys are improving and getting a lot of opportunities. So it is what it is. You know, we'll play the guys that are there and keep mentally pushing the other guys, and then eventually get ready for fall camp.
Yeah, definitely. Just making the decision to kind of just start a new beginning, and, just try a new thing. And really it was just the right fit. I felt, Lane Kiffin's offense would fit me. With losing three big-time receivers, you look at it and it's just really the perfect opportunity. I'm here to make the best out of it.
Oh, it's been good. It's been good. Players have brought me in, just showed love from the start, and really liking the scheme. So it's been a good adjustment.
I think up and down. I think both guys have done good things, made big plays. Seems like they're both kind of never on. One will have a good day, the other will turn it over and then switch the other day. So that's a good competition, and doing some new things on offense with the guys, and both guys really not a ton of playing time. Jackson's had more, but it wasn't with us, so not a lot of carryover there.
Yeah, I definitely think so. This is definitely a hot spot in the transfer portal right now. With all the guys that we're bringing in, we're still looking for more guys, and I think the transfers portal is something that is here to stay in college football, definitely. And I think that something that we benefit off of, and I think just the morale around the team is really good with the transfer portal, because you're bringing on all these different guys, and I think that's what makes it so special, is that we're all connected. And that we know what we have to do, and that's, eventually get to the college football playoffs. And I think everybody sees that common goal, and that's what we want to do.
It was a lot of things. It was a long time coming, I should say. It was a lot of things that kind of put into it, but that weekend was kind of a hectic weekend. I didn't really know. I couldn't have told you Monday I was going into the portal Friday, but after talking with my family, praying on it, it was like, yeah, that's the right decision to make. And just as soon as I hit the portal, Coach Kiffin hit me up. Seemed like a good fit. Showed me some scheme. I liked what I saw. Really connected with Coach Joyner and Coach Partridge, and the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think with experience, you learn things, and so you take all that into account. I think as a younger coach, sometimes you get down because of the stat sheet, but getting a quarterback out there that's going to have great passing efficiency without good players around him. So running guys can take off and run, but when it comes to the throwing game, you better have some good pieces. And just look at Matt's season when he had him, when he didn't. There's a big difference. As good as he was. So those guys are suffering from that.
Yeah, it's kind of, if you look at it, I think my game's kind of similar to Elijah Moore. I know he's a big-time player, and he was a big-time player here. And, just putting me in those different positions like they did with Elijah Moore. You've seen him in the backfield a little bit. You've seen him outside. You've seen him line up in the tight end spot some. And I think that's definitely one way that I could be utilized. And, that was kind of eye-grabbing to me. And, it's pretty much what Lane preached.
Coming in completely blind, I didn't know anybody. No players, no coaches, anything. But came on that visit that weekend and kind of just fell in love with the city, fell in love with just everything about the program.
Hey, this is the time of year I've pretty much given up on all my New Year's resolutions, but not this year. This year I'm sticking to my resolution to eat right thanks to Built Bar. It almost feels like it's not really a resolution because I actually enjoy eating them. Have you tried the Puffs? If you haven't, you're missing out on some of Best Bar's best tasting bars. Puffs are the first ever protein-infused marshmallow. They're fluffy, they're marshmallowy, they're not just a protein bar, they're a treat, and they're covered in 100% real chocolate. Mint brownie, coconut almond, and new for this month, white chocolate cookies and cream. They're all delicious, and new flavors are coming out all the time. If they think a flavor might be good, they'll make it. It'll be delicious, and it will be good for you. At Built Bar, they're all about the taste. They make it taste delicious first, and they figure out how to make it healthy. I don't know how they do it, but they pull it off every single time. So go to Built.com, use promo code LOCKED15, all one word, and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. Also, BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting stats and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, league reviews, and news, including this year's basketball playoffs and the start of the Major League Baseball season. BetOnline is your continued source for all of your sports wagering information from live betting, playoffs, esports, and more. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, where the game starts. If you look on the bottom of the screen, you'll pop up with our BetOnline of the week. Ole Miss is plus 5,000 to win the college football playoff next year. That's one thing that we got from BetOnline. So that's pretty cool. So you heard from Lane Kiffin. He mentioned the quarterback competition going into fall. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen before it even started. But thanks for confirmation. Pretty even. He talked about how inconsistent both players were, young players. That's completely normal. And he mentioned, a lot about the quarterbacks going through, how not having guys affects quarterbacks. Now, Lane Kiffin and what he's going, overall performance, yes, that's probably not going to matter. It's going to matter. But my argument would be that both quarterbacks having the same guys means that if you have a better day, you have a better day. And I have a feeling that's the way that Lane Kiffin and Charlie Watts Jr. are looking at it when they go on film. Because there's a general operation and stuff that they're trying to get down before they get into fall. Now, would either one of these guys be able to run the playbook right now? Probably not. Would one of these guys be able to operate the offense? Yes. Would both of them? I don't know. I'll tell you Saturday. And that's the reason I say that it's important for Jackson Dart to just efficiently run the offense in the Grove Bowl. I don't care if he is 12 for 17 for 71 yards and no touchdowns. I want to see a 0 in the interception column. I want to see him efficiently run the offense because that's what we need to see from Jackson Dart. Can he run the offense? Now, Luke Altmaier, we know he can run the offense. What I want to see for him is throwing the ball downfield as a player. I want to see him taking shots. I want to see him being explosive. Those are the two things that we need to see in the Grove Bowl as they come out. And I think that's what Lane Kiffin is looking for as well. Now, Jordan Watkins said he came here, he transferred here because he was sold on being the new Elijah Moore. So that means slot receiver. I think they're going to do a lot of stuff and then try and take advantage of his speed. Remember, he was a top 10 wide receiver in the ACC last year. and that was with Malik Cunningham, who's not a known passer at the time. And you mix him with Michael Trigg, and you've got that triangle of running backs with Zach Evans, or triangle of playmakers with Zach Evans. In the backfield, you have the inverted triangle going on. That is the key to this offense. I think you can see it be quite explosive by the time the season rolls around, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do. Also, Lane Kiffin mentioned some new stuff that they were doing. If new stuff was a lot of new stuff, they would not be telling you about it. The proof of that being what they did defensively last year and how they kept it under wraps until we came out for the first game against Louisville, and everybody was surprised that we had a good defense. If it was extensive, they would not talk about it, but I think what they mean is some passing concepts from the air raid back at USC that's designed to make Jackson Dart comfortable. Is designed to use Michael Trigg in an effective way. And with Jordan Watkins playing in the slot, and there could be some weapons there. I'm looking forward to that. And also you have the other guys. I mean, Jalen Knox floating around in the backfield. So we'll see how that looks and what that does. Now, Jared Ivey, really impressed with Jared Ivey because he talked about how before he came to Ole Miss, he didn't know anybody. He didn't know a coach. He didn't know a player. He didn't know anything. There was no relationship. So him coming to Ole Miss almost was a freak accident. If you asked him on Monday before he transferred, he wouldn't have told you anything about Ole Miss. And that's pretty interesting. But the scheme and Coach Partridge and Coach Joyner all made an impression on him with some good recruiting. So we do some really good work in the transfer portal, as you can imagine. So that's pretty cool to see. But those are the press conference highlights for Tuesday, April 19th. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, thank you for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen every day. We're free and available on all platforms, including YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of new videos. New videos get uploaded quite frequently, except whenever my house blows up. And, of course, you can upvote the video itself. Thank you very much. And we will see you tomorrow with a little Cruton show with John Garcia coming on to talk about Cruton. We're growing, we're expanding. We're going to try and make that a weekly thing. So thank you very much for tuning in. We'll catch you tomorrow. This is the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. Peace.